Hello and welcome to this All for Fun presentation of the Breakfast Club. I'd like to go around and first introduce our cast tonight.
Hi, my name is Scott Ross, and I'm playing the role of Brian.
Hello, Kevin O'Brien here. I'll be playing the role of Andrew.
Hi, Amy Cook. I will be playing the role of Allison.
Hi, Cindy Sabo, and I am playing the role of Claire.
Hello, my name is Mark Sabo, and I'll be playing Bender.
Hi, John Kazempel, and I am playing Principal Vernon.
Hi, I'm Sal Barcia. I'm going to play Carl the janitor, and there will also be a special cameo from my son, Luciano.
Mark Adamiorca. I'll be playing the roles of Claire and Andrew's fathers, as well as Brian's mother.
And I'm Sean Moynihan, and I will be your narrator tonight. All right, kids. The Breakfast Club by John Hughes.
Saturday, March 24th, 1984. Shermer High School, Shermer, Illinois. Dear Mr. Vernon, we accept the fact that we had to sacrifice a whole Saturday in detention for whatever it was that we did wrong. What we did was wrong. But we think you're crazy to make us write this essay telling you who we think we are. What do you care? You see us as you want to see us, in the simplest terms and the most convenient definitions. You see us as a brain, an athlete, a basket case, a princess, and a criminal. Correct? That's the way we saw each other at 7 o'clock this morning. We were brainwashed.
We see Claire and her father sitting in their car in the parking lot. Claire is the prom queen and is clearly a snob.
I can't believe you can't get me out of this. I mean, it's so absurd that I have to be here on a Saturday. It's not like I'm a defective or anything.
I'll make it up to you, honey. Ditching class to go shopping doesn't make you a defective. Have a good day.
Claire rolls her eyes and gets out of the car and walks up the school front steps. Next, we are in Brian's car. His mother is there, and so is his little sister. He is sort of a nerd.
Is this the first time or the last time we do this?
Last.
Well, get in there and use the time to your advantage.
Mom, we're not supposed to study. We're just supposed to sit there and do nothing.
Well, mister, you figure out a way to study.
Yeah.
Well, go.
Brian gets out of the car and walks toward the school. Next, we see Andrew and his father. Andrew is clearly a jock. He's wearing a Letterman's jacket with lots of patches on it.
Hey, I screwed around. Guys screw around. There's nothing wrong with that. Except you got caught, Sporto.
Yeah, Mom already reamed me, all right?
You want to miss a match? You want to blow your ride? Now, no school's going to give a scholarship to a discipline case.
Andrew gets out of the car and walks into the school. We see John Bender walking towards us. He is wearing sunglasses. A car is coming toward him, but he doesn't stop walking. The car slams on its brakes directly in front of him. Bender gets out of the frame. Out of the car steps Allison. She's dressed all in black. She steps forward to look in the car's front window, and the car drives away. Inside the library, there are 6 tables in 2 rows of 3. Claire is sitting at the front table. Brian comes in and sits at the table behind her. Andrew comes in and points at the chair next to Claire at the front table. She shrugs and he sits there. In walks Bender. He touches everything on the checkout desk and takes a few things in the process. He walks over to where Brian is sitting and points to the table on the opposite side of the library. Brian reluctantly gets up and moves. Bender sits at the table where Brian was and puts his feet up. Allison walks in. She walks all the way around the library and sits in the back corner table just behind Brian. Andrew and Claire look at each other and snicker. Brian looks at her in confusion and then turns away. Enter Richard Vernon, a teacher. He holds a stack of papers in his left hand. He addresses the group with such disrespect it makes you wonder how he ever got the job.
Well, here we are. I want to congratulate you for being on time.
Excuse me, sir. I think there's been a mistake. I know it's detention, but I don't think I belong in here.
It is now 7:06. You have exactly 8 hours and 54 minutes to think about why you're here, to ponder the error of your ways.
Bender spits into the air and catches the spit in his mouth again. Claire looks like she's going to gag.
And you may not talk. You will not move from these seats. And you...
Vernon pulls the chair out from under Bender's feet.
will not sleep. All right, people, we're going to try something a little different today. We are going to write an essay of no less than 1,000 words describing to me who you think you are.
Is this a test?
Vernon passes out paper and pencils and takes no notice of Bender.
And when I say essay, I mean essay. I do not mean a single word repeated 1,000 times. Is that clear, Mr. Bender?
Crystal.
Good. Maybe you'll learn a little something about yourself. Maybe you'll even decide whether or not you care to return.
Brian raises his hand and then stands.
You know, I can answer that right now, sir, because that would be a no. A no for me, because...
Sit down, Johnson.
Thank you, sir.
He sits.
My office is right across that hall. Any monkey business is ill-advised. Any questions?
Yeah, I got a question. Does Barry Manilow know you raid his wardrobe?
I'll give you the answer to that question, Mr. Bender, next Saturday. Don't mess with the bull, young man. You'll get the horns.
Vernon leaves.
That man is a brownie hound.
Everyone tries to get comfortable and we hear a loud snapping sound. Brian turns and looks at it, and it is Allison biting her nails. Bender's eyes widen as he turns to look. Everyone is looking now. Allison notices them looking at her.
You keep eating your hand and you're not going to be hungry for lunch.
Allison spits part of her nail at Bender.
I've seen you before, you know.
We see Vernon look out from his office. We see Brian playing with his pen.
Who do I think I am? Who are you? Who are you?
He attaches the pen to his bottom lip and puts the top under his upper lip, which he's done.
Can't
I am
believe,
Walrus.
I can't believe this is really happening to me.
Oh, shit. What are we supposed to do if we have to take a piss?
Please.
Well, if you gotta go, you gotta go.
Oh my God.
Hey, you're not urinating in here, man.
Hey, don't talk. It makes it crawl back up.
You whip it out and you're dead before the first drop hits the floor.
You're pretty sexy when you get angry. Hey, homeboy. Why don't you go close that door? We'll get the prom queen impregnated.
Claire turns and glares at him.
Hey. Hey.
What?
If I lose my temper, you're totaled, man.
Totally?
Why
Totally.
don't you just shut up? Nobody here is interested.
Really? Butt face.
Well, hey, Sporto. What'd you do to get in here? What did you do to get in here? Forget to wash your jock?
Excuse me, fellas. I think we should just write our papers, because
Look, just because you live in here doesn't give you the right to be a pain in the ass. So knock it off.
It's a free country.
He's just doing it to get a rise out of you. Just ignore him.
Sweets, you couldn't ignore me if you tried. So, are you guys like boyfriend, girlfriend? Steady dates? Lovers? Come on, Sporto, level with me. Do you slip her the hot beef injection?
Go to hell!
Enough.
We see Vernon in his office.
Hey, what's going on in there? Smug little pricks.
Back in the library, they all look at each other. Andrew turns away from Bender.
Scumbag.
Bender stands up and walks over to the railing. He sits on it.
What do you say we close that door? We can't have any kind of party with Vernon checking us out every few seconds.
Well, the door's supposed to stay open.
So what?
So why don't you just shut up? There's 4 other people in here, you know.
God, you can count. See? I knew you had to be smart to be a wrestler.
Yeah, who the hell are you to judge anybody anyway? You know, Bender, you don't even count. I mean, if you disappeared forever, it wouldn't make any difference. You may as well not even exist at this school.
Well, I'll just run right out and join the wrestling team.
Andrew and Claire look at each other and laugh at Bender.
Maybe the prep club too. Student council.
No, they wouldn't take you.
I'm hurt.
You know why guys like you knock everything?
Oh, this should be stunning.
It's because you're afraid.
Oh, God. You Richies are so smart. That's exactly why I'm not heavy into activities.
You're a big coward.
I'm in the math club.
See, you're afraid that they won't take you. You don't belong, so you just have to dump all over it.
Well, it wouldn't have anything to do with you activities people being assholes, now would it?
Well, you wouldn't know. You don't even know any of us.
Well, I don't know any lepers either, but I'm not going to run out and join one of their fucking clubs.
Hey, let's watch the mouth, huh?
I'm in the physics club too.
Excuse me a sec. What are you babbling about?
Well, what I said was I'm in the math club and the Latin club and the physics club. Physics club.
Bender nods and turns
Hey.
to Claire.
Cherry, do you belong to the physics club?
That's an academic club.
So?
So, academic clubs aren't the same as any other kinds of clubs.
Oh, but to dorks like him, they are. What do you guys do in your club?
In physics, we talk about physics, about properties of physics.
So it's sort of social, demented and sad, but social, right?
Well, I guess you could consider it a social situation. I mean, there are other kids in my club, and at the end of the year, we have a big banquet at the Hilton.
You load up and you party.
Well, no, we get dressed up. I mean, but we don't get high.
Only burners like you get high.
And I didn't have any shoes, so I had to borrow my dad's, which is kind of weird because my mom doesn't like me to wear other people's shoes. And my cousin Kendall from Indiana, he got high once, and he started eating like really weird foods, and then he just felt into this. He didn't belong anywhere, like kind of like Twilight Zone kind of.
Sounds like you.
Look, you guys keep up your talking, and Vernon's going to come right in here. I got to meet this Saturday, and I'm not going to miss it on account of you boneheads.
Oh, and wouldn't that be a bite? Missing a whole wrestling meet.
Well, you wouldn't know anything about it, faggot. You never competed in your whole life.
Oh, I know. I feel all empty inside because of it. I have such a deep admiration for guys that roll around on the floor with other guys.
You'd never miss it. You don't have any goals.
Oh, but I do.
Yeah?
I want to be just like you. I figure all I need is a lobotomy and some tights.
You wear tights?
No, I don't wear tights. I wear the required uniform.
Tights.
Shut up.
They hear Vernon moving around out in the hall, so Bender quickly comes and sits in the chair between Claire and Andrew. He folds his hands on the table. Vernon goes back into his office. Bender laughs and gets up. He starts walking toward the double doors that separate the library from the hallway.
There's not supposed to be any monkey business.
Young man, have you finished your paper?
Bender turns back away and goes to the door. He looks around cautiously and removes a screw from the door.
What are you going to do?
Drop dead, I hope.
Brian looks up. Bender is messing with the door to the library.
And Bender, that school property there, you know, it doesn't belong to us. It's not something to be toyed with.
The door slams shut. Bender runs back to his seat.
That's very funny. Come on, fix it.
You should really fix that.
Am I a genius?
No, you're an asshole.
What a funny guy.
Fix the door, Bender.
Everyone just shh.
We see Vernon walking back to his office. He stops and listens to them through the closed door.
I've been here before. I know what I'm doing.
No, fix the door. Get up there and fix it.
Shut up!
We see Brian as we hear Vernon in the hall.
God damn it.
He opens the door and storms in.
Why is that door closed?
For a few seconds, no one says anything. They just stare at Vernon.
Why is that door closed?
How are we supposed to know? We're not supposed to move, right?
Vernon turns to Claire.
Why?
We were just sitting here like we're supposed to.
Vernon looks around and looks at Bender.
Who closed that door?
I think a screw fell out of it.
It just closed, sir.
Vernon looks at Allison in the back.
Who?
Allison lets out a squeak and slams her face onto the table, hiding in her jacket hood.
He doesn't talk, sir.
Give me that screw.
I don't have it.
You want me to yank you out of that seat and shake it out of you?
I don't have it. Screws fall out all the time. The world's an imperfect place.
Give it to me, Bender.
Excuse me, sir. Why would anyone want to steal a screw?
Watch it, young lady.
Vernon goes over to the door. He tries to hold it open by putting a folding chair in front of it.
That door's way too heavy, sir.
The door slams shut despite the chair.
God damn it. You're not fooling anybody, Bender. The next screw that falls out is going to be you.
Eat my shorts.
What was that?
Eat my shorts.
You just bought yourself another Saturday, mister.
Oh, Christ.
I just bought one more right there.
Well, I'm free the Saturday after that. Beyond that, I'm going to have to check my calendar.
Good, because it's going to be filled. We'll keep going. You want another one? Say the word. Just say the word. Instead of going to prison, you can come here. Are you through?
No.
I'm doing society a favor.
So?
That's another one right now. I've got you for the rest of your natural-born life if you don't watch your step. You want another one?
Yes.
You got it. You got another one right there. That's another one.
Cut it out.
Claire mouths the word stop to Bender.
You through?
Not even close, bud.
Good. You got one more right there.
You really think I give a shit?
Another? You through?
How many is that?
Oh, that's 7, including the one when we first came in and you asked Mr. Vernon here whether Barry Manilow knew that he raided his closet.
Now it's 8. Johnson, you stay out of this.
Excuse me, sir, it's 7.
Shut up, Pee-wee. You're mine, Bender. For 2 months I've got you. I've got you.
What can I say? I'm thrilled.
I'm sure that's exactly what you want these people to believe. You know something, Bender? You want to spend a little more time trying to do something with yourself and a little less time trying to impress people. You might be better off. All right, that's it. I'm going to be right outside those doors. The next time I have to come in here, I'm cracking skulls.
Vernon leaves and closes the door.
Fuck you!
We see the clock. It reads 7:45. We see Bender lighting his shoe on fire and lighting a cigarette with his shoe. We see Claire thinking. We see Brian playing with his balls. We see Andrew playing with his sweatshirt. We see Allison pulling a string around her finger and making it turn purple. We see Bender put the flames on his shoe out. He then plays air guitar. We see Allison drawing. We see Andrew playing paper football. He cheers silently. Allison shakes dandruff from her hair onto her picture. Later, we see the clock. It now says 10:22. We see Andrew stretching. We see Bender tearing the pages out of a book. He's tossing them around.
That's real intelligent.
You're right. It's wrong to destroy literature. It's such fun to read, and Mole really pumps my nads.
Moliere.
I love his work.
Bender tosses the rest of the pages at Brian. He picks up the card catalog drawer and begins to take the cards out.
Big deal. Nothing to do when you're locked in a vacancy.
Speak for yourself.
You think I'd speak for you? I don't even know your language.
Hey, you grounded tonight?
I don't know. My dad said I was, but my mom just told me to blow him off.
Big party at Stubby's. Parents are in Europe. Should be pretty wild.
Yeah?
Yeah, can you go?
I doubt it.
How come?
Well, because if I do what my mother tells me not to do, it's because my father says it's okay. There's like this whole big monster deal. It's endless and it's a total drag. It's like any minute, divorce.
What do you like better?
What?
You like your old man better than your mom?
They're both strict.
No, I mean, if you had to choose between them.
I don't know. I'd probably go live with my brother. I mean, I don't think either one of them gives a shit about me. It's like they use me just to get back at each other.
Ah,
Everyone looks at her shocked. Allison blows her hair out of her eyes and grins.
Shut up.
You're just feeling sorry for yourself.
Yeah, well, if I didn't, nobody else would.
You're breaking my heart.
Sporto.
What?
Bender jumps down and goes next to Andrew.
You get along with your parents?
Well, if I say yes, I'm an idiot, right?
You're an idiot anyway. But if you say you get along with your parents, well, you're a liar too.
Bender turns and walks away from him. Andrew follows and pushes Bender.
You know something, man? If we weren't in school right now, I'd waste you.
Can you hear this? Want me to turn it up?
Brian comes over and puts a hand on each of the guy's shoulders.
Hey, fellas, I mean,
Andrew pushes away from Brian.
I don't like my parents either. I don't. I don't get along with. I don't get along with them. Their idea of parental compassion is just, wacko.
Dork,
Yeah.
you are a parent's wet dream, okay?
Bender starts to walk away.
Well, that's the problem.
Look, I can see you getting all bunged up for them making you wear these kind of clothes, but face it, you're a neo-maxi zoom dweeby. What would you be doing if you weren't out making yourself a better citizen?
Why do you have to insult everybody?
I'm being honest, asshole. I would expect you to know the difference.
Yeah, well, he's got a name.
Yeah?
Yeah. What's your name?
Ryan.
See?
My condolences.
Bender walks away.
What's your name?
What's yours?
Claire.
Claire?
Claire. It's a family name.
No, it's a fat girl's name.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm not fat.
Well, not at present, but I could see you really pushing maximum density. You see, I'm not sure if you know this, but there are two kinds of fat people. There's fat people that are born to be fat, and then there's fat people that were once thin, but they became fat. So when you look at them, you kind of sort of see that thin person inside. You see, you're going to get married, you're going to squeeze out a few puppies, and then...
He mimes becoming fat, making noises. Claire gives him the finger.
Oh, obscene finger gestures from such a pristine girl.
I'm not that pristine.
Are you a virgin? I'll bet you $1 million that you are. Let's end the suspense. Is it gonna be a white wedding?
Why don't you just shut up?
Have you ever kissed a boy on the mouth? Have you ever been felt up? Over the bra, under the blouse, shoes off, hoping to God your parents don't walk in?
Do you want me to puke?
Over the panties? No bra. Blouse unbuttoned. Calvin's in a ball on the front seat past 11 on a school night?
Leave her alone.
Bender slowly stands and faces Andrew.
I said leave her alone.
You gonna make me?
Yeah.
Bender walks over to where Andrew is standing.
You and how many of your friends?
Just me. Just you and me. 2 hits. Me hitting you, you hitting the floor. Anytime you're ready, pal.
Bender goes to hit him, but Andrew gets Bender down on the ground with a wrestling move.
I don't want to get into this with you, man.
Andrew gets up.
Why not?
Bender gets up.
Because I'd kill you. It's real simple. I'd kill you and your fucking parents would sue me, and it would be a big mess, and I don't care enough about you to bother.
Chicken shit.
Andrew turns and walks away. Bender takes out a switchblade and opens it. He stabs the switchblade into a chair.
Let's end this right now. You don't talk to her. You don't even look at her. And you don't even think about her. You understand me?
I'm trying to help her.
We see the janitor, Carl, come into the room. Sal, you're muted.
Brian, how you doing?
Your dad works here? Carl,
What?
can I ask you a question?
Sure.
How does one become a janitor?
You want to be a janitor?
No, I just want to know how one becomes a janitor because Andrew here is very interested in pursuing a career in the custodial arts.
Oh, really? You guys think I'm just some untouchable peasant, peon, huh? Maybe so, but following a broom around after shitheads like you for the past 8 years, I've learned a couple of things. I looked through your letters. I looked through your lockers. I listen to your conversations. You don't know that, but I do. I am in the eyes and ears of this institution, my friends. By the way, that clock's 20 minutes fast.
Shit.
Inside Vernon's office, the clock says 11:30. Vernon gets up and leaves. Back in the library, Bender starts to whistle a marching tune. Vernon enters.
All right, girls, that's 30 minutes for lunch.
Here?
Here.
Well, I think the cafeteria would be a more suitable place for us to eat lunch in, sir.
Well, I don't care what you think, Andrew.
Dick, excuse me, Rich, will milk be made available to us?
We're extremely thirsty, sir.
I have a very low tolerance for dehydration.
I've seen her dehydrate, sir. It's pretty gross.
Bender stands.
Relax, I'll get it.
Grab some wood there, bub. What do you think? I was born yesterday? Think I'm going to have you roaming the halls? You, and you, wait, what's her name? Wake her up. You, on your feet, Missy, let's go. This isn't a rest home.
Allison gets up.
There's a soft drink machine in the teacher's lounge. Let's go.
Andrew and Allison are walking down the hall.
So, what's your poison? What do you drink? All right, forget I asked.
Vodka.
Vodka? When do you drink vodka?
Whenever.
A lot?
Tons.
Is that why you're here today? Why are you here?
Why are you here?
They stop walking, and Andrew leans against the wall.
I'm here today because my coach and my father don't want me to blow my ride. See, I get treated differently because coach thinks I'm a winner. So does my old man. I'm not a winner because I want to be one. I'm a winner because I got strength and speed. Kind of like a racehorse. That's about how involved I am in what's happening to me.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Now, why don't you tell me why you're really here?
Forget it.
Claire and Bender and Brian are all sitting around waiting for the Cokes.
Claire, you want to see a picture of a guy with elephantitis of the nuts? It's pretty tasty.
No, thank you.
How do you think he rides a bike? Oh, Claire, would you ever consider dating a guy like this?
Can't you just leave me alone?
I mean, if He had a great personality and was a good dancer and had a cool car, although you'd probably have to ride in the back seat because his nuts would ride shotgun.
You know what I wish I was doing?
Up, watch what you say. Brian here is a cherry.
Harry?
I wish I was on a plane to France.
I'm not a cherry.
When have you ever gotten laid?
I've laid lots of times.
Name one.
She lives in Canada. I met her at Niagara Falls. You wouldn't know her.
Ever laid anyone around here?
Brian shushes Bender and points at Claire, whose back is still turned.
Oh, you and Claire did it?
Claire spins around.
What are you talking about?
Nothing. Let's just drop it. We'll talk about it later.
No, drop what? What are you talking about?
Well, Brian's trying to tell me that in addition to the number of girls in the Niagara Falls area, that presently you and he are riding the hobby horse.
You little pig.
No, I'm not. John said I was a cherry, and I said I wasn't, and that's it. That's all that was said.
Well, then what are you motioning to Claire for?
You know, I don't appreciate this very much, Brian.
He's lying.
Oh, you weren't motioning to Claire?
You know he's lying, right?
Were you or were you not motioning to Claire?
Yeah, but it was only because I didn't want her to know I was a virgin, okay? Excuse me for being a virgin. I'm sorry.
Why didn't you want me to know you were a virgin?
Because it's personal business. It's my personal, private business.
Well, Brian, it doesn't sound like you're doing any business.
I think it's okay for a guy to be a virgin.
You?
Claire smiles and nods. Later, everybody has lunches now. Claire begins to take hers out of a small shopping bag.
What's in there?
Yes. Where's your lunch?
You're wearing it.
You're nauseating.
Bender grabs a Coke and tosses it over to Allison, who catches it without even looking up. Bender then watches Claire set up a sushi platter.
What's that?
Sushi?
Sushi?
Yeah, rice, raw fish, and seaweed.
You won't accept the guy's tongue in your mouth and you're going to eat that?
Can I eat?
I don't know. Give it a try.
We now watch Andrew take a couple of sandwiches out of his bag. A bag of potato chips, an apple, a banana, a bag of cookies, and a carton of milk. Allison opens her Coke and it fizzes over. She loudly slurps it off the table and her fingers. Andrew sees Bender looking at him.
What's your problem?
Bender goes over and sits by Brian. Bender takes Brian's bag lunch.
What are we having?
It's your standard regular lunch, I guess.
Bender reaches in the bag and pulls out a thermos. He sets it on the table and points at it.
Milk?
Soup.
Bender goes in again and pulls out a juice box. Brian reaches toward the bag and Bender slaps his hand.
That's apple juice.
I can read. PB&J with the crust cut off. Well, Brian, this is a very nutritious lunch. All the food groups are represented. Did your mom marry Mr. Rogers?
No, Mr. Johnson.
Ah.
Andrew and Claire smile at each other. Bender stands.
Here's my impression of life at Big Bry's house. Son? Yeah, Dad? How's your day, pal? Great, Dad. How's yours? Super. Say, son, how'd you like to go fishing this weekend? Great, Dad, but I've got to do homework to do. That's all right, son. You can do it on the boat. Gee! Dear, isn't our son swell? Yes, dear. Isn't life swell?
Suddenly, it's not so funny anymore.
All right. What about your family?
Oh, mine?
That's real easy.
Bender stands again and points forward.
Stupid, worthless, no good, goddamn, freeloading son of a bitch. Retarded, big mouth, know-it-all. Asshole jerk. You forgot ugly, lazy, and disrespectful. Shut up, bitch. Go fix me a turkey pot pie. What about you, Dad? Fuck you. No, Dad. What about you? Fuck you. No, Dad. What about you? Fuck you.
That for real?
You want to come over sometime?
That's bullshit. It's all part of your image. I don't believe a word of it.
You don't believe me?
No.
No?
Did I stutter?
Bender comes over to Andrew and rolls up his right sleeve to reveal a circular-shaped burn.
You believe this? Huh? It's about the size of a cigar. Do I stutter? You see, this is what you get in my house when you spill paint in the garage.
Bender begins to walk away.
See, I don't think I need to sit here with you fucking dildos anymore.
Bender walks over to a map table and throws all the maps on the floor. He climbs up on top of the table and then up to the second floor balcony.
You shouldn't have said that.
How would I know? I mean, he lies about everything anyways.
Bender comes out of the library doors, followed by everyone else. Bender and Claire are walking next to each other. Brian and Andrew are walking next to each other, and at the end of the line, Allison is following.
How do you know where Vernon went?
I don't.
Well, then how do you know when he'll be back?
I don't. Being bad feels pretty good, huh?
What's the point of going in Bender's locker?
Beats me.
This is so stupid. What do you think? Why are we risking getting caught?
I don't know.
So then what are we doing?
You asked me one more question, and I'm beating the shit out of you.
Sorry.
Bender opens his locker.
Slob.
My maid's on vacation.
Bender pulls out a bag of marijuana.
Drugs.
Screw that, Bender. Put it back.
Drugs. The boy had marijuana.
Claire walks after Bender.
That was marijuana.
Shut up.
Andrew follows the other two. Brian looks at Allison, who is standing there with her mouth open.
Do you approve of this?
Brian turns and leaves. Allison steals the lock off Bender's locker. We see the crowd walking down the hall.
We'll cross through the lab, and then we'll double back.
You better be right. If Vernon cuts us off, it's your fault, asshole.
Brian.
What do you say? Where are we going?
They see Vernon down one of the halls. We have various sequences of them running around and seeing Vernon until they stop.
Get back to the library. Keep your unit on this.
Bender puts his bag of marijuana into Brian's underwear. Bender runs away, singing loudly.
I want to be an airborne ranger.
We see Vernon hear Bender. The rest of them run.
That son of a bitch.
We see Vernon looking for Bender until he finds him in the gym. Bender is going up for a basket.
3, 2, 1.
He dunks the ball. Vernon enters.
Bender, what is this? What are you doing here? What is this?
Oh, hi.
Out. That's it, Bender. Out. It's over.
Don't you want to hear my excuse?
Out.
I'm thinking of trying out for a scholarship.
Give me the ball, Bender.
Bender fakes the ball at Vernon. He then sets the ball down and rolls it at Vernon, who kicks it back at him. They leave. In the library, the rest of the kids are all sitting back in their seats when Bender and Vernon enter. Vernon pushes Bender.
Get your stuff. Let's go. Mr. Wise Guy here is taking it upon himself to go to the gymnasium. I'm sorry to inform you, you're going to be without his services for the rest of the day.
Boo-hoo.
Everything's a big joke, huh, Bender? The false alarm you pulled Friday. False alarms are really funny, aren't they? What if your house, what if your family, what if your dope was on fire?
Impossible, sir. It's in Johnson's underwear.
You think he's funny? You think this is cute? You think he's bitching? Is that it? Let me tell you something. Look at him. He's a bum. You want to see something funny? You go visit John Bender in 5 years. You'll see how goddamn funny he is. Oh, what's the matter, John? You gonna cry? Let's go.
Vernon grabs Bender's shoulder.
Hey, keep your fucking hands off me. I expect better manners from you, dick.
Bender takes his sunglasses out of his pocket and lays them in front of Andrew.
For better hallway vision.
Bender leaves, but not before pushing stuff over on the way. Vernon has put Bender in a closet and is in there talking to him.
That's the last time, Bender. That's the last time you make me look bad in front of those kids. Do you hear me? I make $31,000 a year and I have a home and I'm not about to throw it away on some punk like you. But someday, man, someday, when you're out of here and you've forgotten this place and they've forgotten about you and you're wrapped up in your pathetic life, I'm going to be there. That's right. I'm going to kick the living shit out of you, man. I'm going to knock your dick in the dirt.
Are you threatening me?
What are you going to do about it? You think anybody's going to believe you? You think anybody's going to take your word over mine? I'm a man of respect around here. They love me around here. I'm a swell guy. You're a lying sack of shit. Everybody knows it. Oh, you're a real tough guy. Come on, get on your feet, pal. Let's find out how tough you are. I want to know right now how tough you are. Come on, I'll give you the first punch. Let's go. Come on. Right here, just take the first shot, please. I'm begging you. Take a shot. Come on. Just take one shot. That's all I need. Just one swing.
Bender just sits there staring at Vernon. Vernon fakes a punch, and Bender flinches.
That's what I thought. You're a gutless turd.
Vernon leaves and locks the closet door after him. Bender climbs into a hatch in the ceiling and disappears. Bender is now slowly crawling through a heating duct.
A naked blonde walks into a bar with a poodle under one arm and a 2-foot salami under the other. She lays the poodle on the table. Bartender says, "I suppose you won't be needing a drink." The naked lady says,
The ceiling under Bender gives, and he falls through.
"Oh, shit!"
Bender now walks down the stairs.
I forgot my pencil.
We hear Vernon in the hall.
God damn it. What in God's name is going on in here? What was that ruckus?
What ruckus?
I was just in my office and I heard a ruckus.
Could you describe the ruckus, sir?
Watch your tongue, young man. Watch it.
We see Bender under the table by Claire's legs. He sits up and bangs his head on the table. He groans. Above the table, Andrew and Claire try to take credit for the noise by making more noise.
What is that? What is that noise?
Under the table, Bender looks between Claire's legs and can see her panties. He puts his head between Claire's legs.
What noise?
Really, sir, there wasn't any noise.
Claire squeals. She squeezes Bender's head between her knees. Everyone starts faking a coughing fit.
Was that the noise you were talking about?
No, it wasn't. That was not the noise I was talking about. I may not have caught you in the act this time, but you can bet I will. You make book on that, Missy. And you, I will not be made a fool of.
He turns and walks away. We see that Vernon still has the toilet seat cover stuck to his pants. Vernon leaves. Everyone laughs except Claire, who lets Bender out to a barrage of slaps.
It was an accident.
You're an asshole.
So sue me.
Bender gets up and walks over to Brian.
So, Ahab, Kaibo mein Dubage.
Brian gives Bender his bag of marijuana. Bender turns and walks away.
Yo, wastoid, you're not going to blaze up in here.
Claire gets up and goes after him. Then Brian.
Ah, shit.
Andrew goes. Later, Brian, Bender, and Claire are sitting in a circle and laughing hysterically. Bender lights Claire up and she coughs the smoke out. Brian laughs at her. He exhales and tries to eat the smoke. He talks in a really weird voice. You're
Really weird, weird voice.
muted, Scott Ross.
He's not holding smoke. That's what it is.
Do you know how popular I am? I am so popular. Everybody loves me so much at this school.
Poor baby.
Brian waves Claire over to him and he falls over. We see Andrew emerge from a really smoky room. He inhales another puff and then starts dancing to everyone's applause. He goes back in the room he was in. He screams and it shatters the glass in the door. Next we see Vernon glancing through the confidential files in the school basement.
Mr. Tierney, a history of slight mental illness. Ooh, no wonder he's so fucked up.
Carl enters.
Afternoon, Dick.
Hey, Carl, how you doing?
Good.
Good. What's up?
Not much. What's happening? What are you doing in the basement files?
Oh, nothing. I'm just doing a little homework here.
Homework, huh?
Yeah.
Carl, laughing, comes over and looks at the files that Vernon was looking at.
Confidential files, huh?
Look, Carl, this is a highly sensitive area, and I can tell you something. Certain people would be very embarrassed. I would really appreciate it if this would be something that, you and I could keep between us.
What are you gonna do for me, man?
Well, what would you like?
Got $50?
What?
$50.
We see Andrew and Brian laughing. Allison is hanging out over by the statue in the back of the library.
No, man, no. You got a middle name?
Yeah. Guess.
Allison suddenly takes interest in the conversation, and as she speaks, she moves over and sits next to the two of them.
Your middle name's Ralph, as in puke.
Brian and Andrew look at her in confusion.
Your birthday's March 12th. You're 5'9½". You weigh 130 pounds, and your social security number is...
Andrew is impressed.
Wow. Are you psychic?
No,
Would you mind telling me how you know all this about me?
I
Allison
stole your wallet.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
Allison reluctantly hands over the wallet, and Brian glances through it to make sure nothing is missing.
This is great. You're a thief too, huh?
I'm not a thief.
Multi-talented.
What's there to steal? $2 and a beaver shot.
A what?
He's got a nudie picture in there. I saw it. It's perverted.
All right, let's see it.
We see Bender. He's brushing his teeth with one of Claire's cosmetic brushes. We see Claire looking through Bender's wallet pictures.
Are all of these your girlfriends?
Some of them.
What about the others?
Well, some I consider my girlfriends and some I just consider.
Consider what?
Whether or not I want to hang out with them.
You don't believe in just one guy, one girl?
Do you?
Yeah, that's the way it should be.
Well, not for me.
Why not?
How come you got so much shit in your purse?
How come you got so many girlfriends?
I asked you first.
I don't know. I guess I never throw anything away.
Neither do I.
Oh,
We cut back to where Andrew, Brian, and Allison is sitting. Andrew is looking through Brian's wallet.
This is the worst fake ID I've ever seen. Do you realize you made yourself 68?
Oh, I know. I goofed it.
What do you need a fake ID for?
So I can vote.
You want to see what's in my bag?
No.
Allison looks hurt and then resentful. Just to spite them, she dumps the contents of her bag onto the couch. Lots of stuff comes out.
Holy shit. What is all that stuff?
Do you always carry this much shit in your bag?
Yeah, I always carry this much shit in my bag. You never know when you may have to jam.
Are you going to be like a shopping bag lady, like sit in alleyways and talk to buildings and wear men's shoes and that kind of thing?
I'll do what I have to do.
Why do you have to do anything?
My home life is unsatisfying.
So you're saying you'd subject yourself to the violent dangers of the Chicago streets just because your home life is unsatisfying?
I don't have to run away and live in the street. I can run away, go to the ocean, I can go to the country, I can go to the mountains, I can go to Israel, Africa, Afghanistan.
Brian looks over at her and then moves over to Andrew.
Andy, you want to get on this? Allison here says she wants to run away because her home life is unsatisfying.
Well, everyone's home lives are unsatisfying. If it wasn't, people would live with their parents forever.
Yeah, I understand, but I think what hers goes beyond, what guys like you and me consider normal, unsatisfying.
Never mind, forget it. Everything's cool.
Allison starts putting everything back in her purse.
What's the deal?
No, there's no deal, Sporto. Forget it. Just leave me alone.
Wait a minute. Now, you're carrying all that crap around in your purse. Either you really want to run away or you want people to think you want to run away.
Eat shit.
Allison gets up and walks away.
That girl is an island with herself, okay?
Hey, you want to talk?
No.
Why not?
Go away.
Where do you want me to go?
You have problems.
Oh, I have problems?
You do everything everybody ever tells you to do. That is a problem.
Okay, fine. But I didn't dump my purse out on the couch and invite people into my problems, did I? So what's wrong? What is it? Is it bad? Real bad?
Yeah.
Parents?
Yeah.
What do they do to you?
They ignore me.
Yeah. Yeah.
They both are crying silently. In the basement, Vernon and Carl are sitting talking.
What did you want to be when you were young?
When I was a kid, I wanted to be John Lennon.
Carl, don't be a goof. I'm trying to make a serious point here. I've been teaching for 22 years, and every year these kids get more and more arrogant.
Ah, bullshit, man. Come on, Vern. The kids haven't changed. You have. You took a teaching position because you thought it'd be fun, right? Thought you could have summer vacations off, and then you found out it was actually work. And that really bummed you out.
These kids turned on me. They think I'm a big fucking joke.
Come on, listen, Vern. If you were 16, what would you think of you, huh?
Hey, Carl, you think I give one rat's ass what these kids think of me?
Yes, I do.
You think about this. When you get old, these kids, when I get old, they're going to be running the country.
Yeah?
Now, this is the thought that wakes me up in the middle of the night, that when I get older, these kids are going to take care of me.
I wouldn't count on it.
Vernon ponders that statement for a moment. In the library, the kids are sitting on the floor in a circle.
What would I do for $1 million? Well, I guess I'd do as little as I had to.
That's boring.
Well, how am I supposed to answer?
The idea is to like search your mind for the absolute limit. Like, would you drive to school naked?
Well, would I have to get out of the car?
Of course.
In the spring or winter?
Doesn't matter. Spring.
In front of the school or in back of the school?
Either one.
I'll
Yes.
do that.
They all look at her.
I'll do anything sexual. I don't need $1 million to do it either.
You're lying.
I already have. I've done just about everything there is, except things that are illegal. I'm a nymphomaniac.
I'm a pronunciation-ac.
I'm a nymphomaniac. Damn it.
Lie.
Are your parents aware of this?
The only person I told was my shrink.
And what did he do when you told him?
He nailed me.
Very nice.
I don't think that from a legal standpoint, what he did can be construed as rape, since I did pay him.
He's an adult.
Yeah, and he's married too.
Oh, do you have any idea how completely gross that is?
Well, the first few times,
First few times? You mean he did it more than once?
sure.
Are you crazy?
Well, obviously, she's crazy if she's screwing her shrink.
Have you ever done it?
I don't even have a psychiatrist.
Have you ever done it with a normal person?
Didn't we already cover this?
You never answer the question.
Look, I'm not going to discuss my private life with total strangers.
It's kind of a double-edged sword, isn't it?
What?
Well, if you say you haven't, you're a prude. If you say you have, then you're a slut. It's a trap. You want to, but you can't. But when you do, you wish you didn't, right?
Wrong.
Oh, you're a tease.
She's a tease.
Oh, why don't you just forget it?
You're a tease and you know it. All girls are teases.
She's only a tease if what she does gets you hot.
I don't do anything.
That's why you're a tease.
Okay, let me ask you a few questions.
I've already told you everything.
No. Doesn't it bother you to sleep around without being in love? I mean, don't you want any respect?
I don't screw to get respect. That's the difference between you and me.
Not the only difference, I hope.
Face it, you're a tease.
I'm not a tease.
Sure you are. You said it yourself. Sex is a weapon. You use it to get respect.
No, I never said that. She twisted my words around.
Oh, then what do you use it for?
I don't use it, period.
Oh, are you medically frigid or is it psychological?
No, I didn't mean it that way. You guys are putting words into my mouth.
Well, if you just answer the question,
Why don't you just answer the question?
Be honest.
no big deal.
Yeah, answer it.
Answer the question, Claire.
Talk to
All
her.
right, answer the
Come on,
question.
answer the question.
It's easy. It's only one question.
No, I never did it.
I never did it either. I'm not a nymphomaniac. I'm a compulsive liar.
You are such a bitch. You did that on purpose just to fuck me over.
I would do it though. If you love somebody, it's okay.
I can't believe you. You're so weird. You don't say anything all day, and then when you open your mouth, you just unload all these tremendous lies all over me?
You're just pissed off because she got you to admit something you didn't want to admit to.
Okay, fine, but that doesn't make it any less bizarre.
What's bizarre? I mean, we're all pretty bizarre. Some of us are just better at hiding it, that's all.
And how are you bizarre?
He can't think for himself.
She's right. Do you guys know what I did to get in here? I taped Larry Lester's buns together.
Was you?
Yeah, you know him?
Yeah, I know him.
Well, then you know how hairy he is, right? Well, when they pulled the tape off, most of his hair came off and some skin too.
Oh my God.
Well, and the bizarre thing is that I did it for my old man. I tortured this poor kid because I wanted him to think that I was cool. He's always going off about, when he was in school, all the wild things he used to do. And I got the feeling that he was disappointed that I never cut loose on anyone, right? So I'm sitting in the locker room and I'm taping up my knee. and Larry's undressing a couple lockers down from me. Yeah, he's kind of skinny, weak, and I started thinking about my father and his attitude about weakness. And the next thing I knew, I jumped on top of him and I started wailing on him. And my friends, they just laughed and cheered me on. And afterwards, when I was sitting in Vernon's office, all I could think about was Larry's father. And Larry having to go home and explain what happened to him. And the humiliation, fucking humiliation he must have felt. It must have been unreal. I mean, how do you apologize for something like that? There's no way. It's all because of me and my old man. Oh God, I fucking hate him. He's like this mindless machine that I can't even relate to anymore. Andrew, you've got to be number one. I won't tolerate any losers in this family. Your intensity is for shit. Win, win, win. You son of a bitch. You know, sometimes I just wish my knee would give and I wouldn't be able to wrestle anymore and he could just forget all about me.
I think your old man and my old man should get together and go bowling.
Like me, you know, with my grades, like when I step outside myself, kind of, and when I look in myself, looking at myself, you know, and I see me, and I don't like what I see. I really don't.
What's wrong with you? Why don't you like yourself?
Because I'm stupid. Because I'm failing shop. We had this assignment to make this ceramic elephant, and we had 8 weeks to do it. And we're supposed to. It was like a lamp. You're supposed to pull the trunk, and the light was supposed to go on. My light didn't go on, and I got an F on it. Never got an F on my life. When I signed up, you know, for the course, I thought I was playing it real smart, you know, because I thought I'll take shop. It'll be an easy way to maintain my grade point average.
Why'd you think it'd be so easy?
You see some of the dopes that take shop?
I take shop. You must be a fucking idiot.
I'm a fucking idiot because I can't make a lamp?
No, you're a genius because you can't make a lamp.
Well, what do you know about trigonometry?
I could care less about trigonometry.
But Bender, did you know that without trigonometry, there'd be no engineering?
Without lamps, there'd be no light.
Okay, so neither one of you is any better than the other one.
I can write with my toes. I can also eat, brush my teeth,
With your feet?
play heart and soul on the piano.
I can make spaghetti.
What can you do?
I can tape all your buns together.
I want to see what Claire can do.
I can't do anything.
Now, everybody can do something.
Well, there is this one thing I can do. No, forget it. It's way too embarrassing.
You ever seen Wild Kingdom? I mean, that guy's been doing the same show for 30 years.
Okay, but you have to swear to God you won't laugh. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm going to actually do this.
Claire takes her lipstick out and opens it. She places it between her breasts and applies it from her cleavage. When she lifts her head, her lipstick is perfect. Everyone claps. Bender's clap is sarcastic and slow.
All right. That was great. Where'd you learn to do that?
Camp, 7th grade.
I was great, Claire. My image of you is totally blown.
You're a shit. Don't do that to her. You swear to God you wouldn't laugh.
Am I laughing?
You fucking prick.
Bender
What do you
turns.
care what I think anyway? I don't even count, right? I could disappear forever and it wouldn't make any difference. I may as well not even exist at this school, remember? And you don't like me anyway.
You know, I have just as many feelings as you do, and it hurts just as much when somebody steps all over them.
God, you're so pathetic. Don't you ever compare yourself to me, okay? You get everything and I got shit. Fucking Rapunzel, right? School would probably fucking shut down if you didn't show up. Queenie isn't here. Like those earrings, Claire.
Shut up.
Are those real diamonds, Claire?
Shut up.
I bet they are. Did you work for the money for those earrings?
Shut your mouth.
Or did your daddy buy those?
Shut up!
I bet he bought those for you. I bet those are a Christmas gift, right? You know what I got for Christmas this year? It was a banner fucking year at the old Bender family. I got a carton of cigarettes. The old man grabbed me and said, "Hey, smoke up, Johnny!" Okay? So go home and cry to your daddy. Don't cry here, okay?
My God. Are we all going to be like our parents?
Not me. Ever.
It's unavoidable. It just happens.
What happens?
When you grow up, your heart dies.
Who cares?
I care.
I was just thinking, I mean, I know it's kind of a weird time, but I was just wondering, what's going to happen to all of us on Monday when we're all together again? I mean, I consider you my friends. I'm not wrong, am I?
No.
So on Monday, what happens?
Are we still friends, you mean? If we're friends now, that is?
Yeah,
Do you want the truth?
yeah, I want the truth.
I don't think so.
Well, do you mean all of us or just John?
With all of you.
That's a real nice attitude, Claire.
Oh, be honest, Andy. If Brian came walking up to you in the hall on Monday, what would you do? I mean, picture this. You're there with all the sports. I know exactly what you'd do. You'd say hi to him, and then when he left, you'd cut them all up so your friends wouldn't think you really liked him.
No way.
Okay, what if I came up to you?
Same exact thing.
You are a bitch!
Why? Because I'm telling the truth? That makes me a bitch?
No, because you know how shitty that is to do to someone. And you don't got the balls to stand up for to your friends and tell them what you're going to like and who you're going to like.
Okay, well, what about you? You hypocrite. Why don't you take Allison to one of your heavy metal vomit parties, or take Brian out to the parking lot to get lunch and to get high? And what about Andy, for that matter? Or what about me? What would your friends say if we were walking down the hall together? They'd laugh their asses off, and you'd probably tell them we were doing it with me just so they'd forgive you for being seen with me.
Don't you ever talk about my friends. You don't know any of my friends. You don't look at any of my friends, and you certainly wouldn't condescend to speak to any of my friends. So you just stick to the things you know. Shopping, nail polish, your father's BMW, and your poor, rich, drunk mother in the Caribbean.
Shut up!
And as far as being concerned about what's going to happen when you and I walk down the hallways at school, you can forget it, because it's never going to happen. Just bury your head in the sand and wait for your fucking prom.
I hate you.
Yeah? Good.
Then I assume Allison and I are better people than you guys, huh? Us weirdos? You? Would you do that to me?
I don't have any friends.
Well, what if you did?
No, I don't think the kind of friends I'd have would mind.
Look, I just want to tell each of you that I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't, and I will not, because I think that's real shitty.
Your friends wouldn't mind because they look up to us.
You're so conceited, Claire. You're so conceited. You're like so full of yourself. Why are you like that?
I'm not saying that to be conceited. I hate it. I hate having to go along with everything my friends say.
Well, then why do you do it?
I don't know. You don't understand. You don't. You're not friends with the same kind of people that Andy and I are friends with. You know, you don't understand the pressure that they can put on you.
I don't understand what. You don't think I understand pressure, Claire? Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. You know why I'm here today? Do you? I'm here because Mr. Ryan found a gun in the locker.
Why'd you have a gun in your locker?
I tried. You pull the fucking trunk on it, and the light's supposed to go on, and it didn't go on. And I mean, I was.
What's the gun for, Brian?
You know, just forget it.
You brought it up, man.
I can't have an F. I can't have it, and I know my parents can't have it. Even if I ace the rest of the semester, I'd only be a B. Everything is ruined for me.
Oh, Brian.
So I consider my options, you know?
No, killing yourself is not an option.
No, what, fine. Well, I didn't do it. Did I? No, I don't think so.
It was a handgun.
No, it was a flare gun, and it went off in my locker.
Really?
It's not funny. Fucking elephant was destroyed.
You know what I did to get in here? Nothing. I didn't have anything better to do. You're laughing at me.
Oh.
Yeah, you are.
We see Bender crawling back through the heating duct. Then Andrew, Allison, Claire, and Brian are sitting, in that order, on the railing.
Brian,
Yeah?
are you going to write your paper?
Yeah, why?
Well, it's kind of a waste for all of us to write our paper, don't you think?
Oh, but that's what Vernon wants us to do, so...
True, but I think we'd all kind of say the same thing.
You just don't want to write your paper, right?
True, but you're the smartest, right?
Oh, well...
We trust you.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do it.
Great.
Claire looks at Allison, who looks back.
Come on.
Where are we going?
Come on.
We see Claire putting eye makeup on Allison.
Don't
Don't be
stick that
afraid.
in my eye.
I'm not going to stick it in your eye. Here, just go like that.
Claire closes her eyes. Allison mimics her. Claire puts the makeup on her and Allison squeals.
This looks so much better than that black shit in your eyes.
Hey, I like that black shit.
We see Brian thinking about what he's going to write. We see Andrew just thinking. We see Allison and Claire again. Claire is still putting makeup on Allison.
Why are you being so nice to me?
Because you're letting me?
We see Brian begin to write. We see Andrew still deep in thought. Next, we see Bender in the closet once again. Claire opens the door and enters.
Hey, you lost?
Claire stares at him. Bender smiles. Claire smiles. In the library, Brian is busily preparing the essay. Andrew looks up and sees the newly made over Allison and is in awe. Allison walks toward him and then stops when she notices Brian staring at her with his mouth open. She glares at him.
Cool.
Allison?
Thank you.
In the closet, Claire kisses Bender.
Why'd you do that?
Because I knew you wouldn't.
You know how you said before how your parents used to get back at each other? Wouldn't I be outstanding in that capacity?
Were you really disgusted about what I did with my lipstick?
Truth?
Truth.
No.
We see Brian lift up his paper and kiss it. We see Andrew and Allison.
What happened to you?
Why? Why? Claire did it. What's wrong?
Nothing's wrong. It's just so different. I can see your face.
Is that good or bad?
It's good.
Allison smiles. We see Brian laugh and give himself a congratulatory punch in the arm. The five are walking down the hall where they are met by Carl, sweeping up. Brian nods at him.
See you, Brian.
Hey, Carl.
See you next Saturday.
You bet.
Brian gets into his dad's car and leaves. Andrew and Allison kiss. Allison rips a patch off Andrew's jacket and gets into the car. Andrew's dad arrives and looks at him, then at Allison. Andrew gets into the car and they drive off. We see Claire take out one of her diamond earrings and put it into Bender's hand. They kiss and she gets into her car. She leaves. We see Bender put the earring in his ear. In the library, we see Vernon pick up Brian's essay and begin to read.
Dear Mr. Vernon, we accept the fact that we had to sacrifice a whole Saturday in detention for whatever it was we did wrong. But we think you're crazy to make us write an essay telling you who we think we are. You see us as you want to see us, in the simplest terms, in the most convenient definitions.
We see Bender walking toward us as Brian's monologue continues.
But what we found out is that each one of us is a brain.
And an athlete.
And a basket case.
A princess.
And a criminal.
Does that answer your question? Sincerely yours, The Breakfast Club.
The end. Nice job, all.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Did you turn off the record button?
I am now.
I'll never forget